just real quickly on the Clyde Edwards-Helaire thing, he runs in and he points as he's running into the end zone, and he's flagged for taunting.
Like, that's Brinson. Can't taunt.
That's a clear and obvious taunt. That one you can't even.
Okay, but again, back to the point that we made in the previous game. Like, what are we doing?
Why can you spear people in the head and not get flagged? And you can, if you wag your finger, you get flagged 15 yards.
Well, I will say this. The Chiefs gave zero craps because they were all celebrating on the sidelines with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, including, I think, the offensive coordinator, which I found hilarious. What's his name?
Eric Bieniemy.
I think that was Eric Bieniemy over there. I want to call him out if it wasn't him. So they gave.
Yeah, Andy Reid was not thrilled about it. My point is that it's I get it. If you want to take taunting out of the game, that's one thing. You know, if you want to keep guys from, because the whole point that John Mara made was that he wants to prevent the escalation of guys talking on the field. But you're asking players to go out there and violently tackle each other, to run around the field at maximum speed, to play a game for 60 minutes, leaving everything on the line, that they like ask you to do physical things you're not supposed to do as a human being. And then you aren't supposed to let them celebrate in certain ways, and it's all arbitrary too. Like Travis Kelce can get a first down and like start, I probably shouldn't be dancing on video, but like start, grinding and like dry hump in the air. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire points as he runs in the end zone, and we think that's gonna like turn into some on-field violence because he's pointing at somebody and saying like, yeah, I scored. Like these guys are, we treat it as, we see a billion football plays a day. So we don't treat these plays the way that, like, in the same way that these guys treat these plays, where it's, this is your job, and you're going out there and this is a huge, huge moment. You run the end zone, you score, celebrate it. You don't want somebody to point a finger at you, stop from scoring.
I would encourage you. I disagree with nothing you just said, other than quit saying this is John Mara. There are coaches who are on the committee that enforce these rules, including Mike Tomlin and Matt Nagy. If you had to pick a wet blanket who would come up with a taunting rule, Matt Nagy would be the top of the list. So that's part of the issue. Again, I don't understand what the connection is, the correlation is between pointing at someone like Clyde Edwards-Helaire did, or doing the peace sign like Cheetah used to do, or even like Antoine Winfield did as retribution, how that escalates into people stabbing each other on the field, or like the last Boy Scout, someone getting shot during the middle of a game. I don't know what the math is.
That's not taunting, though. That might be a felony, but it's not taunting. Wouldn't get flagged. And what's funny is that
it's unsportsmanlike conduct, I think, to shoot someone.
That's true. That's true. And what is funny is that the taunting.
You may get ejected from the game if you bring or like, was it the guy with the fake gun? Like,
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's like, yeah, that's probably like, that's if you shoot a fake gun on the field, if you're holding a fake gun in the air, an invisible gun, and pretending to be like shooting it like crazy.
But that was after they missed the face mask. He flipped out.
He got his helmet ripped off. Like, his helmet is no longer attached to his head and had been dragged by somebody else for like 20 feet, and he gets flagged for taunting or in sport, whatever it is. It's just, if you do an invisible gun, I get it. Like, that would be taunting. If you
here's the other issue. And Mike Pereira pointed this out, the rules official for Fox. He said, well, you're not allowed, New York's not allowed to go back and litigate these plays for like face masks, for example, but it looks like they're going to do it. They got it right, number one. Number two, you have 7 or 8 officials, I don't know however many are out there, who missed a face mask because they're too busy flagging the guy who was laughing and pointing because he didn't have a helmet because someone ripped it off, and did like the I'm shooting ducks with or ski or whatever it's called.
I didn't even know what the exact point of the gun was. He's like shooting it straight up. Like, it's very, anyway. Taunt Brinson, fade Breech, follow Wilson.